Mark, if you'd like to just give us an update on the work of the CRC, that would be brilliant. And unashamed call out for members is perfectly legitimate.
Well, that's good. Thank you. So sales pitch, here we go. Sadly, I can't get my dog on the call as well because she's about 40 kilos, and if I put her on my lap, you're not going to see me. So apologies to the dog lovers on the call that I couldn't hack that one for you. Just briefly to run you through. So I think most on the call have already picked up about the Cyber Resilience Centre, because I've no doubt bored you about it lots before, and I'll continue to do so shamelessly. Police-led organisation, part of a national network, and our purpose is to look after SMEs in the third sector in the Southwest, making them more cyber resilient. We are supported by Home Office funding. We're not for profit. And I constantly say to people of the ilk that we have around the table today, we are really kind of here, to grow the cyber market, but let's keep it between ourselves. Because by interesting those small businesses that aren't currently engaging in these conversations and these discussions, I think from the perspective of the professionals, there's a real benefit there because we hook them in. But from my purposes and altruistically, for the purposes of those SMEs, my goodness, they really do need some protection, don't they? So that's the point of us. And I constantly say we operate in those margins where others can't find the profit or where they can't get people to listen just because they don't really have much money, they're suspicious, they find it too complex or too daunting. Chuck them towards somebody that feels like a police-led, not-for-profit organisation, because that's what we are, and that's how we try and open the door, and we will keep drip feeding people with a bit more and a bit more and a bit more about cyber security and cyber resilience until they're in that position where they think, so what are the first steps I can practically take now? So I guess my opening headline is kind of, we're here to help genuinely small businesses and those around the cluster table stay. The free offer that we have, I'll briefly touch on, I won't go into the rest. So we give people a bunch of NCSC stuff because only 1% of businesses quote NCSC. We contact them, we speak to them about what that was, we make sure they understand it, we're friendly, we're nice, we do our best at least, and really importantly, every month we give them an update on the latest things that they need to update, they need to look out for, they need to delete, they need to be aware of, they need to brief their staff on. So even for those businesses which really feel that they've got it sorted, we try to provide a really practical professional digest. Actually, lets their staff members know what they should be looking out for. And of course, that's really important, that kind of accreditation. And we know that most cyber attacks come through somebody inadvertently doing something that perhaps they shouldn't have, rather than through a system vulnerability. We can also bring people into businesses. We have a network of local students from postgraduate level downwards that will come in and do some really inexpensive and first steps assessment of things like website security, system security, cyber resilience, processes, policies, OSINT work, all that kind of stuff. And the last part of our model for our clients is that if we need to, we will just recommend them towards a local cyber company that's got the right badges to give them some detailed services. And for us, that's based around Cyber Essentials and Cyber Essentials Plus. So we've been doing this for around a year or so now, and I came onto a call with you guys quite early in that journey. Gosh, it feels like a lifetime ago. We're up to around 400 members now, just shy of. We've got some really great partners around our table. Robin, of course, joins us on a regular basis through the advisory group, as does Steve. Southwest Business Council, Business West, 3 local enterprise partnerships linked in the last time we counted. And the priority for us right now, I thought briefly worth touching on. So as we move forwards, we're doing really well in terms of national comparators. I would like to see our next stage of growth being through supply chains. So the companies that are linked in with you, what's their cybersecurity approach? Do they have a regular briefing? What are their marketing partners doing? What are the people that deliver the flowers to their reception desk doing? And so on and so forth, because we all know that the risks to us as a business are not just our own security, but it's the security of those that we work with. And the Southwest Cyber Resilience Centre can provide that for zip, nada, nothing. It's a DIY offer, but we can really help them with that. So I suppose my big ask, and I will come back to it, is who do you know that doesn't have this sorted? And can we help? And can we be the icing on your cake if you're dealing with somebody that actually can't fund for a cybersecurity offer, but would benefit nonetheless? Use the relationship that you have with us through the cluster to refer across to us, and we'll look after them, and we won't try and make money out of them, because that is not our goal and our purpose. It's very much about looking after them. So we've been doing a lot of work with the farming sector locally. I have to say, gosh, they're a difficult market to tap into, aren't they? But we've worked really well with the NFU. We've newsletters out to all of their members. We've put on webinars. We're doing some work with the RAU, speaking with a whole bunch of students. We've had coverage in a number of trade magazines. So in this kind of gradual drip process of getting people familiar with what's going on, we've done some good stuff there. We're moving towards health and social care really from about now. So again, if you have contacts in that sector, be delighted to pick up on them, to follow through and see what we can do. Largely, I have to say, we're looking around the bottom end of the food chain again. I say we operate in those margins. So we're looking at those companies, the independent pharmacist on the local village high street that really doesn't have it very sorted, or the dental surgery that is perhaps two partners and doesn't really have much time for things beyond patient care. Those are the areas where we really want to help, because we recognise the vulnerabilities there. We've just, I won't take too much longer, we've just reshaped our memberships as well. So if you look on our website, we've got some new collaborator memberships. So for those of you that would like to work alongside us now, we've got a much easier way of saying, let's share logos, let's signpost each other, let's do some marketing things together. So there's an opportunity for us and potentially for you or those that you might know, because I think probably at the start of our life cycle, we didn't have that. And we'd certainly like to be doing more to work with, in a more formal way, some of the Southwest cyber businesses that we've come across. So that's broadly it. Look, after a year out of policing and into business, goodness, who'd have thought? I suppose I know that now that I need to end with something that feels like a call to action. So what do I need? I need to be able to help people, and that means that people need to know about me and the centre that I'm running. So please, if you come across businesses, shamelessly and constantly reference us, because our only purpose is looking after them. We will sign them up and do that as best we can for free. I'd like to identify more local collaborators that we can plug into those memberships so that we can share badges, branding, marketing, and so on. So do talk to me about that separately if that's of interest, and we can work out how to pick that up. And I'd like to do some work to develop our health and social care piece. So if you have contacts, and we have a few already, be really pleased to know about those. The last thing that's a constant one for us, and I always mention it, we're supported significantly in financial terms by board partnerships. We're about to bring our second one on board, no pun intended. I won't announce today just because I know the call's recorded, but they'll be going out on our live stream in the next week or so. It's a significant investment for those companies. But if you know companies that are in a position to do something on a CSR basis and that are really interested in trying to support the local economy, we'd be delighted to have those conversations with them. There are parallel conversations at a national level around how we can scale this thing up and create some economies. I shan't go into those today, Robin, because I'm conscious of time. But as a whistle stop, that's probably it from me. You can see us on the website.